Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Sheila G, the PAC, and in this video I'll be discussing all things related to acne and diet. If you find this video helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more. So jumping right in, acne and its relation to diet is a very hot topic in the world of dermatology simply because patients ask many questions about this. So in the past, the relationship between diet and acne was not well understood, but now we do have some data to support the relationship between certain dietary habits and worsening of acne. Please keep in mind, though, that correlation does not necessarily mean causation, as there are several known factors involved in the pathogenesis of acne. First, let's briefly discuss the known causes of acne. Hormones. Specifically, androgen hormones act on the sebaceous gland within the skin and tells them to increase sebum production as well as keratinization, which is basically where the skin cells start to shed more and they stick together, forming a clog and then ultimately inflammation. This also leads to an environment where bacteria can thrive. There are some genetic factors and environmental factors that play a role in this as well. Importantly, another hormone that contributes to the increased sebum production and hyperkeratinization within the sebaceous gland is called insulin-like growth factor. This is very important when discussing diet and acne, so please pay attention here. Insulin-like growth factor is a hormone that promotes the growth and maturation of different tissues throughout the body, and it does this by managing the effects of growth hormone. So to get a little bit more scientific here, growth hormone is released by the pituitary gland, and that peaks during puberty, but it tells insulin-like growth factor to act on several tissues throughout the body to allow for maturation and, again, development. More specifically, on the adrenal glands and the gonads, insulin-like growth factor actually tells them to increase androgen hormones, which again, those androgen hormones act on the sebaceous gland that ultimately leads to acne. Within the skin itself, insulin-like growth factor induces 5-alpha reductase within fibroblasts to convert testosterone into dihydrotestosterone, which is again another androgen hormone that's critical in the role of acne. This hormone, insulin-like growth factor, also directly acts on the sebaceous gland by telling those sebocytes, which are the cells within the sebaceous gland, to produce more oil and then shed more and clog the pore. So this brings us to our discussion on diet and acne. First and foremost, there is no gold standard diet recommended for those suffering from acne because everybody's triggers are a little bit different. However, foods that have a high glycemic index actually lead to a spike in insulin and insulin-like growth factor, which again lead to those downstream effects that we may see involved in acne. So talking about the glycemic index and what that means, it's basically a number assigned to each food from 0 to 100 based on how quickly that food is absorbed and how quickly it raises blood glucose levels after a certain period of time, approximately 2 hours. Foods that are high in glycemic index include bread, candies, processed foods, even white rice. More recently, some studies have shown a positive correlation between westernized diets, where foods are high in glycemic load, and the prevalence of acne. The prevalence of acne has also been shown to be lower among those of non-Western societies, where their diet is typically lower in dairy, alcohol, and processed sugars. A systemic literary review published in 2022 looked at many past articles that reported on this correlation. What they found was that out of 18 observational studies commenting on glycemic load and diet specifically, 77% reported at least one high glycemic item to be positively correlated with the severity of acne. Now, if you look at the glycemic index of milk, it's actually pretty low. So why then is diet so heavily talked about as a potential contributor to acne? Well, this is thought to be due to the fact that milk is actually high in whey and casein proteins, which are broken down into essential amino acids. Amino acids require a spike in insulin and insulin-like growth factor to push those amino acids into the muscle for development. This might explain why those who consume a high amount of whey protein isolate or other products with high amounts of protein might experience worsening acne or more frequent breakouts. Although there are some studies out there that do not show a positive correlation between acne and dairy consumption, a meta-analysis performed in 2018 did overall show a positive correlation between the prevalence of acne and the consumption of whole milk, low-fat milk, and skim milk in particular. But that same analysis did not find a positive correlation between acne and other dairy products such as yogurt or cheese. Although conflicting data on this subject still exists, it's safe to say that foods that produce a high spike in insulin and insulin-like growth factor might contribute to the severity of acne. Now, personally, I always tell my patients that acne is multifactorial. So, although it is not the main cause of acne, it could contribute to their acne severity. So it is worthwhile to maybe attempt an elimination diet to figure out what foods may or may not be triggering their acne. So there you have it, a quick review on diet and acne. Thank you guys so much for watching my video, and if you have any questions, please feel free to comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more dermatology content. Again, I'm Sheila G, the PAC, and I'll see you next time. Bye!